Hey guys, this is Sharon with Chalk Couture. I know it's been a while since I have done a live. I have been out of town. I was in Georgia at the Pinners Conference, and then I didn't get back until yesterday morning at 3:30 in the morning. So it's taken me a little bit of time to get caught up. So now I wanted to show you guys how to ink a t-shirt. So as you know, a lot of what we do is the chalking, which you can take, you can erase chalk, and you can completely redo a design by just putting water on it, and then you can completely redo it if you're working with a chalkboard. But we also have a whole line of ink. So ink is really, really fun and cool, and it just brings on a whole other dimension of things that you can do. You can ink on all kinds of fabric. You can ink on t-shirts, you can ink on sweatshirts, you can ink on sweatpants, you can do bags, totes, just pretty much anything fabric you can chalk on it. So today I was going to show you how to chalk a t-shirt, or how to ink a t-shirt. So anyway, so we have these pads, if you guys can see it there. These are sticky pads, and you want to stick it inside of your shirt, because that is going to make it so that you have a flat surface, and so that your shirt is not going to, you know, like bunch up like this here. You know, like if you're trying to ink on that, it's gonna bunch up, and you're not gonna be able to do it. Ink is permanent, so you have to be very, very careful with it. So I have already started this one, and I thought I would just pop on here and show you guys what I'm gonna do to finish it, because ink is something that you can't just do in one sitting. You have to do one layer, let it dry completely, do the next layer, let that dry completely, so on and so on and so forth, until you have completed your project. So with that being said, I thought that I would just pop on here and show you guys the final what's the word I'm thinking of? The final pieces to this puzzle. So I wanted to show you the front of this t-shirt. So what we have here, if you guys can see this, I had made this little logo circle. So the really fun thing about Chalk Couture is that they give us in our kit, they give us the logos, and they give us all of these fun little things that we can chalk with, like for logo wear. So you can make your own shirts and all of that. You can put this on, you know, a chalkboard, and then you can take that with you to your vendor show. So you can do all sorts of advertising with these different sayings that they have. So that's really cool. And they have lots of different sizes. As you can see, some really, really fun things. So that's what I'm working with. So what I did last week was I had used one of these logos for the shirt, and as you can, I don't know if you can see it there, I actually messed it up, because this was originally black, and the couture part of it just kind of bled in, and you couldn't read that said couture. So I went over it then with white, and now you can see it. So there's just a little bit of a black shadow, which is completely fine. I'm okay with that. It actually looks pretty cool. So can you see that there? So I think it looks great. I'm not concerned at all. So that's going to be the front of this t-shirt, and then on the back, I have made so far Chalk Couture, make money beautifully, design, love, and repeat. However, if you can see, the B, the E, and the A is not all the way inked, so I have to go fix that. And then also part of that K in chalk is not complete. So I'm going to fix that up right now while you guys are here. Where is everybody? Nobody is here today. What time is it? Oh, it's almost 8 o'clock. Maybe everybody's putting their kids to bed. Okay, so let's go ahead and do this. Okay, so I am going to use, this is a really fun one, Ask Me How. So I'm going to put that down below here. I want to make sure that I have it completely even. And actually, I think that I'm going to make this two-toned. Hey, Angie, I'm going to make this two-toned, so I'm going to do it in, I think I'm going to do it in white first. Or maybe I think I'm going to do it in black first, and then once it dries, I'm going to go over it again. But shift it a little bit to the side and do white so that it has, you can tell that it is a shadow, because I think that that is a really cool look. I love that shadow. So that's what I'm going to do here. Okay, so now here's my ink. This is black ink. Like I said before, ink is permanent, so you have to be extremely careful, because if I'm to make a mistake, or if I'm going to get this anywhere on the shirt, I'm out of luck. I'm not going to be able to fix it. So let's go ahead and get started. Let me put this down so you guys can see what I'm doing. Okay. So ink has a completely different texture than the chalk. It's a lot thinner, and it's just different. So you kind of have to get used to it. And you know, I'm just going to be honest, you probably will make some mistakes when you first get started, and that's totally okay. I mean, it's okay to make a mistake. That's how you learn, right? Yes, we can do chalking on, well, this is ink, but yes, we can do Chalk Couture on shirts. It's so awesome. There's so many great things that people have made. Okay, so let me go ahead and take this off. It looks beautiful. Okay, so now to make sure this dries before I come up here and work, I'm going to take my hair dryer and I'm going to put this on low and just dry it a little bit. Okay, I think that that's pretty good. Now I'm going to use the Make Money Beautifully, and I'm going to go over this as best as I can. Oh, it's really, here we go. This looks pretty even. Hi, Lee. Thanks for joining. Okay, so I can see the black under here really well, and I have this lined up almost exactly perfectly. So I'm just going to go ahead and go over that. Go over the B, E, and A. And I just need a little bit. All right, I think that looks good. Awesome, that worked perfect. Okay, so now I just need to fix the chalk, but I'm gonna take my dryer again. Hi, Barbara. Now, normally you have to let it completely dry before you go and do any other pieces, but since I'm only touching up the B, the E, and the A, I figure I can just easily dry it, and that's really all that I need in order to not mess it up. Let me put my ink off to the side because I don't want to mess that up. So I'm almost done with this. Whoop. put it on low. That looks pretty good. So now I need the Chalk Couture parts to get this K. I just need a little teeny bit. I just need this bottom portion of the K. Let's see, I think I'm going to use my multi-tool to grab just a little bit. I just need a teeny bit. Okay. Perfect. Voila. All right, so let me dry that real quick. Now, the next step that I want to show you, hi Marnie and Kim, I need to heat press this, but I had taken my heat press with me to Atlanta this weekend, so if I'm going to heat press it, I need to plug it in right now. I'm not sure if you guys want to wait while I plug that in. Just hang on real tight. I am not done, so don't go away, all right? So just hang tight and I will be right back on. Oh shoot, I got ink on my table here. That's coming off quite nicely. Okay, so let me go get my heat press. Okay, guys, this is what it looks like. So I'm just going to plug it in. Okay, I got it plugged in. Now I need to turn it on. So it is, I'm going to set it to 330 degrees. And then I'm going to set the timer for 30 seconds. Okay, let's see. All right, we are good. So now I'm gonna let that heat up while I finish this. So now I'm gonna take, oh shoot, I'm gonna put this t-shirt aside while I get out. I need to clean this transfer. Let me think how I want to do this. I'm going to grab some paper towels. I think I got some parchment paper, and I'm just going to clean this off. So I have water here sitting next to me. Now with the ink, it does stain things more than the chalk. So as you can see, I've got some staining on the transfer. And that, it's okay that I mean, it's just whatever. It just is whatever. Okay, so now let me put this aside. And let me grab a towel. So this is how you clean off transfers. You put it in water as soon as you're done with it, and then you wash it off with a towel. I'm sorry, with a little spongy thing. This is our board eraser. So this looks like a magic eraser, but it's more potent. So, and then you want to put it on a towel. Actually, normally I can let this air dry and I put it right back on the backing. But today, since I need to use it again, I'm going to put it inside of this towel and just dry it off real good. So, that is how we're going to go about this today. Needs a little bit more. And looks like my heat press is heating up pretty good. All right. So let's get the shirt back. And actually, I'm done with this black, so I want to put this away. I don't want any mess ups. So I want to put this away. And I'm going to go with white next. All right, so with this, I want it to be layered a little bit. So I'm going to put it a little bit over to the side to give it a shadow effect. And hopefully this looks good and not stupid. That was a little too much, I think. All right, so now I have white. I hope this looks good. If not, I just ruined a shirt. But I got it real cheap at Michael's. Okay, the moment of truth. Oh my God, it's so cute. It's so, so, so cute. Are you guys able to see it? Oh. This is fantastic. I will hold it up close to you guys. Yes, Barbara, it's great how your shirt stays in place with the sticky mat underneath it. Okay, so we are done with the inking. So let me put all of this away. I'm going to use the dryer again. I have a little water dot here that I was trying to dry, but it's not working because it's under the mat. So let me just dry it real quick. Okay, so now I'm going to take the sticky mat out. So this is a mistake that I had made. Hey Jill, this is a mistake that I had made the first time I ever worked with ink. I left the mat in and then I used the heat press and it completely ruined the mat. So, as I said before, when you make mistakes, that's how you learn. So, not overly concerned about it. So this is the sticky mat. This is really, really great. Okay, so now what I need next is I need a mat. It's like a pad. And see, I took that with me to Georgia as well. So let me go grab that out of my bucket. Hang tight, don't go anywhere. Okay, this is my mat. So, actually, I think now that I have it out of the sticky mat, I'm going to try to dry this little water dot that I have on here. That is not wanting to come out for some reason. Okay. So first I'm going to heat press the front. So, just want to get the mat on there real good. And I think I better use a different piece of parchment paper. Okay. Well, this one's not opened yet. Hang on. Sorry, guys. Just kind of all discombobulated today since I've been out of town. Okay. So we're going to put the parchment paper on top of the shirt. So this has like a stick. It feels kind of, it's not sticky, but it has like a, hey Dawn, it has like a, I don't know how to describe this texture. But this is a texture that needs to get heat pressed into the shirt. So that's what we're going to do now. So we have this set for 330 degrees at, for 30 seconds. Okay, so another tip that I learned from making mistakes is I didn't realize that the ink needed to be dried. That should be obvious, but it wasn't obvious to me. So I totally messed that up, and I went from inking it to straight doing the heat press, and it didn't go over well. So I have learned my lesson. So this part of it has been completely dried. The back part, like normally I would wait overnight to dry it, but this part already has been overnight, like I did that yesterday. And this part here is mostly dry. The only part that isn't is the ask me how. I mean, it feels dry to the touch, so that's really all you need. Again, if I was not doing this live, I would let it wait overnight, but I think it'll be just fine for right now. Okay. So I think I'm gonna do it a second time just to make sure that it gets, because I want to touch it to see how it feels, because it should feel like it's, you know, a part of the shirt. It shouldn't feel, you know, kind of grainy or sticky to the touch. If you don't have a heat press, you can also use an iron, just a regular iron for, you know, on an ironing board. That works fine too. So let me flip this over. I'm going to do this again. Oops, I forgot to set it. That's okay. We'll do it again. This Easy Press is nice because it's a 12 by 12 size, so you get a lot more coverage than you would with an iron. But again, this is not necessary. All right, let me flip it. Okay, see, now this feels a lot better. This feels better than the other side did, probably because I don't have as much chalk on it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do this one more time, but I don't think it's necessary. I just wanna make sure that it's really in there good, and then I'm gonna flip it around and see what it feels like on the other side, since I just did it that second time. So this should be just perfect. I really love that two-toned look on the Ask Me How. It just really, you know, makes it stand out. I tell you what, this stuff is really, it's so much fun. It's addictive. Okay, so that's definitely done. This still feels kind of sticky to the touch. So I think I'm going to do it one more time. And if this doesn't complete it, I'm going to just let it sit overnight and then try it again in the morning. It's just obviously because there's so much ink on there that's why it happened. Like, it's a double layer of ink because I had the black underneath it and then I did the white on top of that. So that's why I think it's taking double the time. And it should normally take actually triple or quadruple the time. Okay. So here we go. Let's let this cool down a little bit. So let me show you guys the finished piece. So for those of you who came in late, here is the logo, and I think it looks adorable. So what I did with that was I originally did this logo in black, but it got messed up and it bled and it filled in the couture part, so you couldn't really read it that well. So I went over it in the white, and so now what you have is it's like I have a little black shadow, which I think is totally fine, because over here what I did was I made a shadow on the Ask Me How. So let me show you that up close. Isn't that awesome? So, so, so cute. So cute. I can't wait to wear this. Okay, so, okay, now let's feel this. This feels a lot better. So I think that I'm maybe gonna do it another couple of times, and that should make it perfect. Hey guys, yeah, so I think I'm gonna do this another couple of times, but it is feeling better. So I think it's just gonna take extra because it had that double layer of ink on it. So anyways, this is my shirt. I love it. It's so cute. Okay, guys, thank you for joining me. And as always, if you are interested in joining the business, it's a super fun business to be in. I would love it if you joined my team. We have a really great team with really good training, so you won't ever be left alone. And it's a great way to make some extra money. So if you love to craft, this is the thing for you. So we are looking for lots of crafters to join our team. Also, if you are if you're not interested in the business side of it, but maybe you just like to design and you like to create and you just love crafts, think about joining our Chalk Couture, which is a monthly subscription type program where you, for $19.99, they'll send out a brand new design and 3 chalks to complete that design every single month. So it's really cool. You get, all kinds of fun things. And the transfer that came out in March was called Sweet Spring, and it was the designs that people have been coming up with have been super cute. I'm actually going to post those on my page within the next week or so you guys can see all the different ways that you can create, you can make a whole different look. So that transfer is yours to keep, and you can create a whole different look. You could make 12, 15 different things with that one transfer, and you can make it look totally different every time. So that's a really cool thing. Okay, also if you're interested in joining, make sure that you join my opportunity group, which is www.facebook.com/groups/Chalkin with Shay Income Opportunity, and that's CHALKN with Shay. So thank you guys for watching me tonight, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye-bye.